Someone recently commented on one of my YouTube videos. They said, dude, you are such a natural teacher. And listen, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that. But it's nonsense. Nobody is a natural teacher. No baby is born, comes into the world with the ability to translate concepts and ideas to an audience and connect and engage them and inspire them to get interested in the subject matter. That's not something anybody does naturally. Like Yo-Yo Ma is not a natural cellist. He worked really, really hard. Michael Jordan is not a natural basketball player. J.K. Rowling is not a natural writer. Sarah Blakely is not a natural entrepreneur. Okay, when I was like 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, I played competitive basketball, right? And I was good enough to be on the team, but never good enough to be in the game. If we were up by 50 or down by 50, the coach would be like, all right, Miller, get in there. If there's no way I could possibly impact the outcome of the game, they'd be like, take your shots, go for it. So I was on this team, and I was good enough. I did the practice, but I didn't practice. I wasn't the kid that went home every day and shot hoops in the driveway for 3 hours. I didn't run drills on weekends. I didn't go to the weight room. I didn't really commit. I just loved playing, and I was reasonably good at it, good enough to be on the team, but not be on the court. Now, there's this other kid on my team, Robbie, and he was just as good as the rest of us. I mean, we were 8. Nobody was exceptional yet, but he was committed. He was dedicated. He did shoot hoops for hours every night in the driveway. He hit the gym on the weekends. He did weights or whatever 8-year-olds do. Whatever he was doing is something clearly I was not doing. And a few years later, in high school, Robbie switched from basketball to football. Now, as a teenager, he preferred Rob. So Rob was now playing football, and he was phenomenal. He was dominating out there on the field. And he continued to play through high school, through college, and then Rob got drafted into the NFL. And I mean, he got drafted into the NFL, and in his first season, his rookie season, he broke pretty much every record you could break in his position. He basically reinvented what it meant to be a tight end. Of course, by that point, he preferred Gronk.
Rob Gronkowski for the touchdown.
You've heard of the 10,000 hours rule. Malcolm Gladwell proposed this in his book Outliers, which has become super famous. And the 10,000 hours rule states that if you want to become a master and expert in something, you need to do 10,000 hours of dedicated practice. This is false. It's been debunked over and over. It's probably one of the most commonly cited pieces of wrong information, right up there with you only use 10% of your brain. The 10,000 hours rule is not true, but the point of bringing it up is this. If you spend 10,000 hours of dedicated practice towards something, there's no guarantee that you will become an expert, let alone the best in the world or the best who's ever done it. But what I can absolutely guarantee is if you don't put in the work, if you don't put in your 10,000 hours, if you don't put in the reps, you will never achieve what you're hoping to, right? There's an absolute guarantee you won't get there if you don't put in the reps. Nobody is a natural teacher. Nobody is a natural football player. Nobody is a natural writer. These are not things that anybody does naturally. And so when you see somebody who is so gifted with words or gifted with business or gifted with math or whatever it is, and you just wish you could be like that, you can. You just have to put in the reps. And again, no matter how much you practice, you may never be the Michael Jordan of accounting. You may never be the Gronk of basket weaving, but you will definitely be way better than if you didn't. And if you do that long enough, there's a very good chance somebody will look at you one day and say, wow, you are such a natural. And you'll just have to laugh to yourself, realizing that all of that was not natural. All of it was hard work. And I'll leave you with this. People tend to overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. And if there's anything we know for sure, the average amount of time it takes to become an overnight success is 10 years. So get to it. Well, that's it for me. And if you're new here, my name's Brian Miller. I'm an author, speaker, and consultant on human connection. And if you want to stop cringing and start connecting, I've got a great resource for you. 7 ways to talk to anyone without looking like an idiot. You can get it right here for free at softskillsarehard.com. And if you want to dive deeper, click the video on the screen right now.